John Gotti didn't run from the FBI. He didn't hide in shadows. He walked into court smiling, and walked out free. They called him the Teflon Don. Because no charge ever stuck. If you love real mafia stories that Hollywood is afraid to tell, hit subscribe now, because once this story ends, the next one might disappear. John Joseph Gotti was born in 1940 in the Bronx, New York, into a poor Italian-American family. Life was hard. Crime was normal. Respect meant survival. When his family moved to East New York, Brooklyn, Gotti found what he admired most. Gangsters with power, money, and fear in people's eyes. At just 14 years old, a steel beam crushed his foot during a theft. He walked with a limp for the rest of his life. But weakness never stopped him. School meant nothing to Gotti. The streets taught faster. By his teenage years, Gotti was stealing cars, hijacking trucks, running small gangs. He quickly gained a reputation for being fearless, violent when needed, loyal to his crew. These qualities caught the attention of the Gambino crime family, the most powerful mafia family in America. Gotti became part of a crew under Carlo Gambino, and later Paul Castellano. In the 1960s and 70s, Gotti was arrested multiple times. He went to prison. But prison didn't break him. Instead, it educated him. He learned who to trust, how power works, how silence protects survival. When he came out, he was smarter and more dangerous. Most mafia bosses stayed hidden. John Gotti did the opposite. He wore expensive suits, gold jewelry, perfect hair. He loved attention. The media loved him too. While other bosses ruled quietly, Gotti ruled publicly, and that made him famous. In the 1980s, Paul Castellano was the boss of the Gambino family. Castellano was business-focused. Gotti was street-focused. They hated each other. Castellano planned to remove Gotti. So Gotti struck first. December 16, 1985. Outside a steakhouse in Manhattan, Paul Castellano was assassinated in public. The mafia world was stunned. John Gotti had broken the biggest rule. Never kill a boss without permission. But it worked. John Gotti became the boss of the Gambino family. At the time, the Gambinos controlled New York construction, unions, illegal gambling, loan sharking, drug money. Millions of dollars flowed under Gotti's control. And yet, he lived like a celebrity. The FBI targeted Gotti aggressively. Trials came. Charges piled up. But somehow, witnesses changed stories. Evidence disappeared. Juries admired him. Again and again. Not guilty. Reporters watched him walk out smiling. That's when the nickname was born, the Teflon Don. Because nothing stuck to him, John Gotti loved cameras too much. He talked freely. He trusted too much. He believed he was untouchable. The FBI realized something important. Backhand index pointing right, they couldn't beat Gotti from outside. Backhand index pointing right, they had to destroy him from inside. Gotti's closest man was Sammy the Bull Gravano, his underboss. Sammy was loyal, until he wasn't. When Gravano was arrested, he faced life in prison. So he made a choice that ended an empire. Secret recordings revealed. Murder orders. Mafia meetings. Gotti insulting his own men. The FBI finally had proof. In 1992, John Gotti faced trial again. This time was different. There was audio evidence. Insider testimony. No escape. The courtroom was silent when the verdict came. The Teflon had peeled off. John Gotti was sentenced to life in prison, no parole. Behind bars, Gotti lost everything. Power. Respect. Freedom. In 2002, John Gotti died of cancer in prison. No cameras. No applause. No suits. Just silence. Some people still call John Gotti a legend, a mafia icon. Others call him reckless, loud, the man who destroyed the Gambino family. But one truth remains. Backhand index pointing right power loves silence. Backhand index pointing right fame attracts destruction. John Gotti chose fame. And paid the ultimate price. He ruled New York without fear. But couldn't escape betrayal. This was the rise and fall of John Gotti, the Teflon Don.